Good day, sailors. Behind me is a 1985 Tayana Vancouver 42 that we've just listed at Integrity Yacht Sales. I've had a lot of interest in this boat already, and there is a short video available in the listing, but I thought it'd be very useful for those who would like to know a little bit more about the boat for me to take you through a virtual showing of the vessel, and so that's what we're going to do today. The Vancouver 42 is a Robert Harris design. The Vancouver series are highly regarded as quite capable offshore passage makers. 27, 28, the 32, the 34, the 42, all of which have really strong reputations as offshore capable platforms. Beginning at the stern, you have the fully protected skeg hung rudder, a flex fold folding prop, a long keel, fully encapsulated, no keel bolts, and you will note how fair the below water surfaces of this vessel. There's not a whole bunch of built up bottom paint. It's very smooth, it's very fair. The paint, topsides is a all-craft. So another important note, all-craft as compared to all-grip is a lot easier to repair. Amateur can repair it. Usually with all-grip, you really need to be a professional. So this boat's beautiful. It's got a little bit of fender rash, probably buff right out. The owners haven't had a chance to come down and take care of any of that. You can maybe see that there. But even so, again, all craft, much easier to repair. So if you do get a ding in it, it's not a big deal. Just continuing around the vessel. Come up to the bow, you can see it has a very fine entry. There are a few dings in the bow. Obviously, you know, when you pull that big Rockna anchor up, you gotta be careful. Easily patched. Certainly nothing but a cosmetic issue. So there you have it, a full walk around of the vessel from the outside. We're gonna go up on deck now. Take you around the deck and then down below. Okay, up on deck now. The first thing you'll note is that the original teak decks have been removed, repaired in any areas that were significantly degraded, and then repainted and non-skid Kiwi grip applied. Kiwi grip is in great shape. There's plenty of grip with the Kiwi grip. Current owners added this inner staysail furler. Nice Harkin Ocean Series. You do have for the Yankee, the head sail, the original Pro Furl furler. It's in good shape. Look at the anchor locker. And then LaFrance Tagris windlass, wash down pump, wash down anchor snubber, foot pedals up and down. Again, 33 kilogram Rockna anchor. It's like nice Bomar hatches. You'll note that the staysail is self-tacking on this track right here. Standing rigging was replaced, I believe 2018. Go back and check the listing, but the standing rigging was replaced, and interestingly, it's stay-lock fittings, both top and bottom. So up there on the rig, it's also stay-lock, not swaged. So they've got plenty of life left in them. One thing you don't have to worry about for a while is replacing the standing rigging. You've got a nice Doyle stack pack and Doyle mainsail, whisker pole, rigid spring-loaded vang, Schaefer Traveler, and this life raft expired in January of 2025. Oh, I take that back. This life raft is good until January of 2030. That's an unusual finding on a used sailboat. Very nice cockpit canvas, isinglass super clear. Got 1,000 watts of solar up here on top of the cockpit and the Dodger. So those solar panels essentially form the bimini, and you have a connector here, the Dodger, with a soft panel, flexible panel on top of the Dodger. Let's head into the cockpit. So it is a double ender. You've got this nice helm seat here. Obviously that's detachable if you don't want to sit in that comfortable chair. But you got great visibility up here from the helm, large wheel. You've got two big, I believe they're variant 32s. So two variant 32s as primaries, and then you've got this Barlow 25 as your to assist with furling the head sail. Atkins Hoyle davits, those are put on in 2025. Got a nice Garmin chart plotter and Garmin autopilot control head. Ritchie compass. Really interesting pedestal. It's a knockoff of an Edson, but it's stainless steel. It's beautiful. The name of the brand is Grand Deer. That's pretty nice. Up here next to the companionway, you also have a Furuno MFD and a Furuno wind gauge, remote mic inlet. Hang your remote mic right there for your VHF, and a Fusion stereo controller. Just below the companionway, you have your engine panel for the Marinized Kubota, which we'll take a look at. And then on top of the coach roof here, adjacent to the companionway, you can see that all lines are led aft. You have multiple winches there to assist. Main halyard, starboard side, and then over here, topping lift, main sheet, out haul, your reef 1 and 2, and the Vang. Cockpit lockers, starboard side. You have this locker that's so deep. I'm 6'5". I'm pretty sure I could stand in there and you could close the locker lid. It wouldn't hit my head. You'll see this as well. You'll see all of this space from down below when we look in through the aft berth as well as from the companionway. And then there's a shallower locker here, propane. Okay, let's head down below. It's quite a nice layout in this yacht. It's about 12-foot 6 beam, quite spacious. Amazing galley. I mean, this galley is ridiculously huge and crazy amount of storage. And you can see here we've got 4 very large shelves on this side, a little bit smaller ones over here underneath the sink. There's just copious storage on this boat, as you're about to find out. Nice double sink, tap. These are vents. Soap, foot pump, more storage. There was a microwave there at one time, so if you'd like to have a microwave, there's a spot for it. Beautiful new Dickinson stove. Current owner made this nice cover. And just more crazy storage everywhere. Got, again, we talk about just for offshore sailing, the ability to do long-range cruising in your cold storage. Again, is immense on this vessel. Cooled by sea frost compressor. Note that you have access to the cold storage from above, but also front loading on the refrigeration side. You have a private aft stateroom with a very large berth. I also have a lot of access to various systems. Yeah, so as I was saying, just incredible access on these boats. We're behind the companionway here. There's your Raycor filters, fuel pump. And then behind here is a cave. I mean, this is amazing space. You can access it from the cockpit. You can access it from the aft berth. You can access it from the companionway. There we go. Look at that. Look at how much space you have here. Look at all the lighting. And then under this aft berth, you have this ridiculously large 16-gallon water heater. You need to take a long shower on this boat. And just after the water heater, you have your 4 200 amp hour Renogy AGM batteries. And there's still some decent storage on board for crew. You got some pretty good hanging storage here. Moving forward into the salon, we have this nav station to port. Aft facing nav station with captain's chairs. VHF, Garmin chart plotter repeater here, a little bit older than the one in the cockpit, but functional. VHF handheld radio, numerous charging ports, Paneltronics panel, Balmar alternator monitor, Magnum inverter charger, control panel, fuel tank level monitors, engine hour monitor. You can see that the engine has 1,082 hours on it. Your main control for the Fusion, stereo system, battery switch. And here to starboard is the lovely L-shaped settee with beautiful, very new fabric. I think it's 1 year old. Well, the magic is what lies below this settee. So let me take it apart and show you what lies underneath. Here on the aft end of the settee, we have access to the Marinized Kubota, 50 horsepower engine with, like I said, 1,082 hours on it. Please note, Balmar upgraded 170 amp alternator with MC618 controller. You have access to your raw water pump right there, so the impeller's not hard to change. Super deep bilge down there. Very well maintained, as you can see. And then just outboard of the engine, another deep locker, which contains your fresh water pressure pump, fresh water manifolds, filters. This duct is for the diesel heater. You can just note how clean that space is. And this is a very clever modification the current owner made. You will see the locker faces, the doors there, the front locker, those don't really open anymore because you don't need to open them. By putting the settee base on these gas struts, not only do you have access to the original locker spaces, but you have access to all this storage along the hull, as well as to the various hoses and wires. There's those grounding wires there that run underneath. Obviously, you have the typical behind settee storage. Pretty normal with these Taiwanese boats. Again, just incredible storage on this boat. Note the chain plates are all new, 2018, I believe. But again, undertaken during the refit period. And just look at the size of these fiberglass knees to which they are attached. So that's the backing plate. There's the chain plate. Note the thickness. Note the thickness of the fiberglass knee, which supports the rig. So note that the port lights are all stainless steel, and the lenses are clear, not all crazed up. The current owner installed this lovely tongue and groove headliner. So this can all be disassembled. It's individual planks connected by tongue and groove. So if you need to access your backing plates for your deck fittings, it's very doable. We're just continuing the theme of ridiculously huge amounts of storage. I forgot to show you this locker that's just aft of the nav stay, as well as these 3 super deep drawers underneath the nav stay desk. And of course, there's the nav stay desk. So Captain Q would give that an A+. Just forward of the nav stay, you have a very important storage area on any sailing vessel. You also have this nice table. So set your drink on while you relax at an anchorage. This Newport stove by Dickinson is a solid fuel stove, so I guess you can burn coal, pellets, wood in that. Current owner says it works fine, but it doesn't really heat the whole boat. So we went ahead and installed a below decks diesel heater, which you will have seen mounted under the cockpit. Here's one of the vents. There are vents run throughout the boat. There's a single head on this vessel, but it does have a separate shower. It's well appointed. You have a Lavac head, which are very well regarded. And here is your shower stall. Nice deep sump, beautifully reworked by the current owner. That unique nautical waterproof wallpaper, marble countertop, stainless sink. Which brings us up here to the V-berth master cabin. First thing you note is the beautiful, super well executed custom mattresses, which are going to make sleeping aboard this ship quite comfortable. Have this large hanging locker just to port. V-berth also has some storage either side, some bookshelves, some cubbies. The boat has great ventilation, your hatches, fans throughout. That's on an older boat. It's always important to take a look at the bilges. We've looked at some of the systems below decks and under settees. Let's take a look under the bilge, or under the cabin sole. So that's a water tank. That's an original water tank there. Just aft of the water tank, you can see the raw water intake and this massive strainer for the engine, but you also see one of the 2 new 29-gallon aluminum diesel fuel tanks, which were installed, I believe, in 22. So, you know, these boats were originally built with black iron fuel tanks, and they don't last forever, and it's a very important upgrade to have these new aluminum tanks installed. Now, continuing to look at various areas of the bilge. Look at that. Deep bilge. So I've removed the companionway, and once again you have access below the cockpit through this hatch here, but also you have controls for the diesel heater, both bilge pumps, your refrigeration, that looks like solar panel controller, propane gas detector, diesel heater outlet. And once again, there's another look from the companionway looking back under the cockpit into this unique space, mechanical space, technical space. You've got solar controllers, you've got your sea frost refrigeration unit, once again your dual rate cores, and you saw all the way back there earlier. So just again, just tremendous access to systems on this vessel. So there you have SV Mackay, 1985, Tayana, Vancouver 42. Asking price is really attractive. If you take a look online, there's a number of these vessels for sale, anywhere from $225,000 for a highly refit version that's out in the Caribbean, to a number of a number of vessels, most of which still have the teak decks, that are asking anywhere around 125 to 135. So take a look at the listing. I'll include a link in the description of this video, and I think you're going to be amazed at the value that is on offer here. Why is the price what it is because these owners want to continue cruising. They would like to sell this boat quickly so that they can pursue the acquisition of their next vessel.